All right, skill number 2. Simplifying expressions using order of operations and positive integers. PEMDAS, a pretty common way that people remember to do parentheses, exponents, etc. I like to think of PEMDAS like this, where you have parentheses first, then exponents, then you have multiplication, division, and it matters which one you see from left to right, and the last thing you do is the add and subtract. So be careful that you don't think you always add before you subtract. It depends if that's the only options, those two operations, whichever you come across first from left to right. First problem, there's no parentheses to deal with. There is an exponent though, 4 squared, so I'll recopy the entire problem, except I'll take care of that 4 squared and write that as 16. Next thing I notice is there's multiplying going on in the middle, so I'll take that 3 times the 2, and that's going to be 6. Recopy the rest of the problem, 10 minus 6 plus 16. Now my only options here are multiplying or adding, subtracting, so I must do those in order from left to right. So 10 minus 6 happens first, and that's going to be 4. And then 4 plus 16 gives me 20, and there's my simplified version. For the second one, we have parentheses first. In parentheses, we have exponent and subtracting, so the exponent would happen first. So I'll recopy the rest of the problem and only do 2 cubed and write that as 8, and then copy everything else down. We still have work in parentheses. 8 minus 7 is 1, so I get 5 plus 3 times 1 minus 1 squared plus 9. We have one exponent, 1 squared. 1 squared is 1, so I'll recopy everything else. 5 plus 3 times 1 minus 1 plus 9. We have multiplying right here, 3 times 1, so that's going to be 3. So we have 5 plus 3 minus 1 plus 9. And then once again we have only adding, subtracting, so from left to right. 5 plus 3 happens first, that's 8, minus 1 plus 9. And then we have 8 minus 1, that's going to be 7 plus 9. And that adds to 16, and that is the simplified version of that problem. All right, here are 2 problems for you to try. So following those 2 examples, go ahead, try these 2 problems, pause the video, and when you're done working these 2 problems out, watch the rest of the video and see how you did. All right, now hopefully you've worked out these 2 problems. Let's see, first things first, no parentheses for the first example. We have one exponent, so I'll recopy everything else, and I'll only take care of the exponent. 1 cubed is 1, so I copy everything else down and just wrote 1 cubed is 1. We have 1 multiplying in the middle, so I'll recopy everything else. This stays 6 plus 5, minus 2 times 4 is 8, minus 1 plus 3. And now we have only adding, subtracting, so from left to right. 6 plus 5 is 11. Minus 8 minus 1 plus 3. 11 minus 8 is 3, so we have 3 minus 1 plus 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. And there is my simplest form answer. The second one, we have exponents and we have parentheses. So first in parentheses we have 4 squared. So the 4 squared gets simplified first to 16. I'll recopy the rest of the problem. Next we have in parentheses 16 minus 6, which is 10. Recopy the rest of the problem. And we still have multiplying that happens before add or subtract. 4 times 10 is 40. So we have 40 minus 5 plus 8. And then once again, we only have add or subtract. So from left to right, 40 minus 5 is 35. And then 35 plus 8 is 43. And that is the simplest form of that expression. And that's it for skill number 2.